Hey guys, welcome back to another video and I hope you all are doing good. In this video, I want to talk about the 7 money habits that's quietly keeping you broke actually. Let me get onto that. Have you noticed that you pay your bills, groceries, you pay your credit card, and then suddenly when you check your bank account, you're like, hey, where did all this money go? Why? Nothing you bought that was actually so expensive, or you went on some expensive vacations or anything of that. You just lived a simple day-to-day life on getting your basic expenses and stuff. Still then it seems like, where did all this money disappear? Why is my bank balance showing quite low? I know you all have gone through this particular situation. It's not about the big expenses basically, it's all about the small expenses that we do on a daily, which we are not so mindful about. And that's what actually keeps you broke. I actually written a Substack article on this, which you can check in the link in my description. I share a lot more practical money lessons and get into more depth to it. So definitely check this out. Let's get back to the video, starting off with habit number 1. Habit number 1 is saving whatever is left, because when you get your money and you pay your bills, you have all your expenses, you have your subscriptions, all your food expenses, food deliveries, and then later at the end of the month you're like, okay, with the leftover money I'll just keep it for myself and for my savings, put into that. But trust me, you got to do the opposite, because instead of like just keeping the leftover money for yourself, you should either just pay yourself first, because treat your savings like a bill that you need to pay first. You prioritize your other bills as it's a necessity, which is important. But what is also more important is you paying yourself first is so essential in order to have a long-term growth, because it's not only about the money, it's about having that habit on like putting money into your savings account before you pay all your other bills and uncalled expenses that would come in the future, which you might not even know. But having that savings on the side gives you like safety net that you don't need to worry or like wake up middle of the night worrying about, oh, I got a missed payment. But you have some emergency fund in case if things are not being paid. You have that safety net, and it's all about that. Having the safety net is so important. Pay yourself first. It's truly important. The point I'm giving out here is you got to pay yourself first. Habit number 2 is treating credit cards like extra money. What do I mean when I say that? Sometimes you think that, let me give you an example. You have like maybe $500 in your checking account, and you're like, but then you check your credit card and you see you have like $2,000 in that, and you're like, oh, maybe I have money. But trust me, that's not how you should go about with it. You have $500, but you have $2,000 of like borrowed money, which you might be able to use that for now, but your future self will have to pay for it later. And that's the thing, that a lot of us fall into this cycle, that we spend on our credit card budget, we spend on the money that we have in our credit card, and then our future self needs to pay for it. And when we get our next paycheck, it just happens like a cycle. It's like we live every little detail on our credit card, and when it's time to pay, we can't make the minimum. It's tough to pay the whole amount at once, because then we realize, oh, we have spent a lot of money on the credit card. But here's the thing, sometimes you got to have a smarter approach to it. If you're using your credit card, it's not a bad thing. It's just that you got to use it wisely. You should spend enough that you're able to make the full payments, and use it at a smarter way where you can actually get points with it, pretending like that's your money, which is not. It's borrowed money from the bank. A lot of people fall into this trap, and the best way to go about it is just not trying to treat your credit card like it's your spending budget, more like just it's something that you use if you want to, but it's not entirely your net worth that you can be like, oh, I have all the money. That's not your money, buddy. That's not your money. Your money is what you have in your savings, your checking, all of that. Just treat your credit card differently, I would say, and don't make it like your day-to-day expenditures. If you ends and you're not able to pay, that's when it's going to cost you a lot for your future. Also, I just wanted to tell you that if you like want to get better with like your money expenses and got to have a track on where my money should go, how much I have for a month, I have a budgeting template in my description of this video. You can definitely check that out. Maybe it would help you in your daily expenses and you know where your money would go. So definitely check that out. Let's hop on to habit number 3 is focusing on like small purchases. Sometimes you're like, oh, I have this unnecessary subscription that I use, which I don't even use it anymore. And also like I spend so much on like coffee, like $5 coffee, or every weekend I go out to eat and I'm spending like almost like $30 every weekend. These are expenses on These expenses, yes, you could reduce it, but would it make a big significant in your savings, your income? No. Would it be like a big would it be like a big change into your money goals? You got to look at the bigger fish, and the bigger fish is if you have if you have like a lot of credit card debt, if you have like car payments, that's a lot. If you have like insurances to that, what you can do is, for example, in like insurance, car insurance, you can negotiate and see if there's like a better deal, or your mobile provider, if you can find a better offer. Those bigger purchases, if you can negotiate and try to reduce it down, would actually be a better way to think on the bigger fish than just the smaller fish, which is your small daily expenses. Both are good, but honestly, you got to think on what is taking more out of your paycheck, which is obviously a bigger expenses than the smaller ones. Think on how you can actually navigate through that aspect and make it a little more easier for your day-to-day cash flow on spending, that you won't be like, you don't have to worry so much about money then, because even your automated expenses it's going on a little reduction because you try to negotiate on how to get a better offer, better deals. So try that. See, do not always focus on the tiny expenses because they're like easier to notice. Expenses that's actually taking a bigger portion of your paycheck. Habit number 4 is spending based on your mood. Sometimes when you're like bored, or you're like lonely, or you're stressed from work, sometimes you'll be like, maybe let's order food, it'll make me feel better. Maybe let's go shopping because I feel better when I shop some stuff for myself. Or everyone has their own thing where they want to like feel better by buying these things. But sometimes you don't have to spend based on your mood, because it could cost your credit card or your bank statement in the long run. Because I know sometimes you're like, I had a difficult week, I deserve this, but that's not the solution to everything. Because honestly, there's nothing wrong with like enjoying your money. The bigger problem is when your spending habits becomes your main way of dealing with your emotions. Here's the thing that I would suggest you: whenever you add something to your cart or you're thinking to buy something, just give 24 hours to yourself. Like, use this 24 hours rule, where it's like, if you're shopping something online, if you put it into your cart or you're thinking on making a purchase, just give 24 hours and think to yourself, and in that 24 hours, just think to yourself that, do I actually need this? Is it really important? Do I have other payments that I need to make in my life that would affect that if I do this payment? Do I have any other payments that in my life that I need to focus on more, rather than just having an impulse purchase on something which is not going to be beneficial in the long run? Just give some thoughts to that in this 24 hours before you buy something, so that you have that buffer time on thinking like if it's actually worth buying that or not. Basically, don't just go onto your mood, go onto what's actually the right decision for the future you to take that step on. Habit number 5 is increasing your spending every time when you earn more. Here's the thing: when you earn more does not mean you have to spend more. A lot of people fall into this trap that if I have a raise, or if I have bonuses, or if I have a huge promotion, I need to upgrade my lifestyle. I need to get that house, I need to get a car, I need to match my paycheck because that's my worth. But trust me, that's not how it goes. Because if you go into that particular thought process, you are going to be stuck into this thing called lifestyle inflation. And a lot of people have been through this, where it's like you just live your life based on how much money you make. But the better way to go about it is, you got to divide it into 3 steps. If you want to live your life and also have money for the future you got to divide it into 3 categories. One would be your debt repayments, second would be your savings or investments with it, and the third would be your guilt-free spending. In that case, you can actually enjoy your money without having a guilt trip in the future, because honestly, you have all the right to enjoy the money that you're earning, because why not? Money is there to enjoy life. That's the whole point. Like, make money to spend money on yourself and your loved ones and have a great time and not be worried about money. But if you don't spend the right way, you're definitely going to worry about money. The best way to go about with is just dividing into these 3 steps that I told you: the debt repayments, the guilt-free spending, and the savings investment. That way, you're going to live your life and also your future you is safe. Habit 6 is avoiding your finances. You might actually avoid opening your banking app just because it makes you feel anxious. Like, who hasn't been there? Like, every time you open, you're like, wait, why is money so low? And you're like, wait, it's stressing me out. But you're like, you don't want that stress, so you just like don't look at it anymore. That's not the way to go about with it, man. That's not the way you go about with it. The better way to go about with is, because you got to check your bank app, because by avoiding your credit card statements or your payments that's about to come, and just by thinking that you have enough money in the account and then you realize, oh, a payment has got declined, you're not able to make the minimum payments for your credit card, or you're not able to spend on some future trip that you had planned in your mind. Like, there's like too many reasons to you not checking your app, but trust me, that's not the way to go about it. So avoiding your finances will remove your stress, but it is going to be a bigger stress point in the near future. And instead of what I could tell you, that don't check your bank app every day, just have like a weekly check-in, like once a week, like a 15 to 30 minutes monthly money check-in, where you can actually see how much is coming in, how much is going out, how much debt do you owe, how much payments you need to make. Just check on all these little basic aspects, because it's not about the bigger picture that you need to look out here. It's all about the basic small habits that you need to build, so that you at least are more self-aware on, like, it's basically just having a basic self-awareness on where your money is going and how much is coming in and how much is going out, and what things you need to prioritize at the moment so that you won't have an issue in the near future. Also, I've written like a Substack article on this, as I mentioned, on this particular topic, where I've gone in more depth and practical lessons that could help you. The article in the description of this video. The most important one, I would say, is habit number 7, that is having no plan for your paycheck. Because when you get your paycheck into your account, everything is into that one account sitting. You're using that for your investment, you're using that for your savings, you're using for your groceries, bill payments, credit card debts, like everything is going through that. Trust me, that's not the way. That's definitely not the way. Because the point is, you got to put your money to work, and every dollar that you earn is got to have a purpose. Better ways to divide your money into these 4 categories. First, your bills. Second is your savings. Third is your debt repayments, and the fourth is your guilt-free spending. You got to put your money to work. Prioritize your bills. Then put your savings into a high-yield savings account where it will generate a 2 to 4% depending on whatever bank institution you have. Have a better interest rate so that your money grows rather than just being stagnant out there in one bank account. Put it into a separate for your guilt-free spendings and your debt repayments. That way you have more idea on. See, the amount will look different for everybody. Some will have a lot of debt repayments. Some needs to prioritize on their emergency fund for like 3 to 6 months. Some needs to prioritize on many other goals that they have in life, like traveling goals, this goals. It's like you need to keep it into all separate buckets, this money, rather than just keeping it into one account. That way you have an idea what amount needs to be untouched and what is going towards your goals, what's going towards your bills. It gives a little more direction in where your money is going and what you have and how much you can spend, and it gives you a little more clarity is a word that I would say out here, which is so important. And that way you won't feel like whenever you get your paycheck, you're like, oh, it's all gone. But in the back of your mind, you know that you have money into separate accounts for your traveling expenses, for your credit card payments, for your emergency fund, for your guilt-free spending. It gives you a little more breathing room into your life and not worry every time about money. And in order to have a little more organized system into your money, I would definitely suggest you check out my budgeting template that I have in the description of this video. That could help you in like that way you can enter all the amount into the spreadsheet and you can have a better idea on where the money is going and have a better outlook on it. Just definitely check that out and let me know how is it working for you, and let me know in the comments what actually resonated in this video for you and what actually felt like, oh, I got to do this. Tell me which habit actually stuck with you the most. And I hope this good conclusion of this video is that in order to just better with money, just start with your small daily habits on working every day, on like spending wise, being mindful with money, and having a weekly check-in every week, like a 15 to 30 minutes where you're knowing what goes where. And anyways, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this video, and I hope this helped you guys. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.